Let's start with Vulkanos.
Vulkanos. So Artifact Lancia, pretty big because you can stop your opponent from banishing their Elder Elixir cards from the graveyard. So that's a potential option. You have Nibiru, which can clean up when your opponent's trying to go for their synchro things. Lightning Storm feels like in any time that you could have had it would have been super inefficient against the field because everyone's now playing in defense mode.
Yeah.
So I've not actually been impressed with any opportunity a player has had to have a Lightning Storm. It doesn't look like it would have made a huge impact.
No.
And Token Collector is also pretty good for a lot of these combo decks. But Salamangreat isn't playing the... Token Collector in front of him.
Yeah, so, I mean, Schattenspieler we saw when he was doing his huge combo during his last game. Token Collector would have been a great card to have against that because he did end up with 4 tokens.
Yeah, you just clean them all out and then your opponent's kind of locked.
Yeah, so let's head on over to the table and get the game on. See who else is going to be joining Julio in the finals.
Julio is just now chilling out in the arena waiting for his next opponent.
Yeah.
And the players are shuffling up, and we're going to figure out who's going first.
Vulkanos is going first.
Vulkanos, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So he starts...
Sign up mining?
Sign up mining, yeah. Straight into the microcoder, not a vanilla.
Interesting. He chooses to throw out the microcoder. So there's potential that he has a second one of those in his hand, because microcoder is quite valuable in your hand, because you can use it as a material without having to commit anything to the fill.
Yep.
So you could make the read now on 2... You could say an accurate range on your opponent is the Gazelle, because 100% you know he has it, and also potentially a second microcoder. And Gazelle is coming down.
Yep, getting Veiler.
For the Effect Veiler. Oh, Gazelle. Do you remember when you guys got to play 3 of him?
So mean, Matt. Stop that.
No, I think we all look back and just go, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Card is just so good. Especially with the rest of the theme. And we're going to see the day links being linked off to get the field spell.
It's a strange throwback to see Salamangrade's, reaching the top 4.
Yeah, it's really good. There you go. See, he had the second microcoder.
Yep. That makes sense why he got rid of that first one now.
And that card is Splash Magician, I believe. Oh no, Code Talker Inverted, which I just have to do a quick lookup for. Code Talker Inverted. Link 2, pointing left and right. 2 Cyberus monsters. If this card is link summoned, you can special summon 1 Cyberus monster from your hand to a zone this card points to. You can use this as a effect of Code Talker Inverted once per turn. Well, you can't summon to those fields, but he is also going to get the Microcoder Search, and he's going to get himself that extremely powerful trap card that we saw, which was Signet Conflict. Which
that was a huge card before.
Yeah, and he gets it pretty easily in this deck as well. And he only plays the one-off because you can search for it with the Microcoders. And the Microcoders are really strong cards. Oh, we're seeing Magician's Soul Star. I felt for a Salamangrate's start, but that was really weak. After the Effect Veiler shut down the Gazelle, the entire turn went a little bit... I forget what the Cockney answer to that is. A little bit...
Awry?
No, there's... With the Cockney is like, you say words that sound like other stuff, like you're having a giraffe is you're having a laugh.
Oh, you mean Pete Tong?
Yeah, what about Pete Tong?
Pete Tong, wrong.
Pete Tong, yeah. It's like, I've been watching Peaky Blinders and I've not picked up because it's based in Birmingham. So, but there's a bit of London in there.
Okay. So, this is the first time... yeah, I had a different point before you started talking about Peaky Blinders. So, this is the first time that we've seen Vulkanos get really interrupted. He's been kind of uninterrupted the whole time during this tournament, just blasting through his opponents. As you said, very fragile. So he ended up just a single Veiler has reduced his field to just a single kind of semi-useless Code Talker.
Yeah, I mean, he does have the removal option. Sorry, the counter trap, Silent Conflict, but we're gonna be seeing the Eldritch being sent to the graveyard, I believe, with the trap, which will then let him send one card on his opponent's field to the graveyard, which will then essentially give him free reign. And we're already seeing the Magician's Souls so strong, especially in this theme.
Yeah, I mean, I think that your kind of bet of Schattenspieler being one of the top contenders is certainly proving some points, because he really every single time very consistent player. Every single time he's playing his game plan, stopping his opponent playing theirs.
But that was really pricey, right? Since he's tried to now send his opponent's card using the Eldritch Lord, and if you remember, Silent Conflict prevents players activating cards with the negated name until the end of the next turn. So yeah, we're going to be seeing no more Eldritch. Spell trap monster effects after you control Code Talker monster. Check negate the activation if you do banish the card, so it gets rid of the Eldritch out of the game. And your opponent cannot activate card effects with the same original name as a banished card until the end of the next turn. You can only have to avoid one Silent Conflict. So that was a very pricey way to try and clear your opponent's trap card.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I do always feel good when I have Magician's Souls. There we go. And we're going to see a Link Reaper.
The Eldritch isn't banished because it's not the same copy, because it moved during the resolution. That's what I'm being told.
Ah, okay, so you discard them both. It's moved. Fair enough. And so the Eldritch is going to sit in the graveyard, we're just going to see it negated. So then that wasn't, in which case, a very efficient way of removing that card.
Yeah, and even through all this, this seemingly powerful Silent Conflict, he's still able to get to Hulky Fibrax.
But it just got Ash Blossomed.
Yeah. Schattenspieler still feels like he's got something.
He's also got two of those Eldritch Golden Land cards in his graveyard, so he is going to be able to get some searches. So yeah, do you still go for the Link Cross, then get back the Link Rebo? You can also get back the Jet Synchron because he's got one card in hand.
Yeah, he's trying to decide whether he wants to go for it. Looks like he's going, so here's Link Cross.
Yeah, he does commit to it, and then goes Link Cross.
Yeah, so some tokens. Gonna discard for the Jet Synchron.
Thinking about it.
Yeah.
Although I find it weird, if you think about a play that long, and then you get to the next step, and you're still not sure about whether or not you're going to do it, then it's always questionable whether or not. You might just be thinking the order is like, do I want to go Link Reaper first? Or he's probably trying to memorize exactly how he's going to ladder from here. He does go for the Jet Synchron by discarding a Cursed Eld. Just remember all of my card names correctly. The Cursed Eldland.
Yep.
Formula Synchron.
Into the formula. Synchro up once more.
Yep. And that's going to be the Metal Marcher.
Yep, gonna get
Partial
the formula.
Metal Marcher gets back formula. And then we've got another Link 2 Barricade Blocker.
Yep, that's gonna take him all the way.
Barricade Blocker effect.
Yeah, into the Auroradon.
Oh god, this is so strong. Auroradon. Get 3 tokens.
Yeah, and then do we have the desk bot?
I think we do. We do not.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember. I don't remember it being sent.
Yeah, he probably doesn't have it, but he can still get his Lion.
Yeah.
And Tributes 2 gets Lion. Yes, because his Hulky Fireback's got negated by Ash Blossom, that's why he doesn't have the death spot.
Yeah. Do you feel like Schattenspieler is actually kind of using too many resources to end on something really subpar here? Or do you think this was the right line of plays?
If his opponent had a mitt full of cards, then he would have been probably committing to pretty subpar. But his opponent, I think, only has 2 cards in hand. Looking at it, and you've got to remember, all these Elixirs are going to replace that he's got in his graveyard, his golden land cards. He's going to be able to replenish his resources pretty well. Yep, so he's going to bring that back to his hand, and then special summon it. Gains a 1,000 attack. And then...
Yeah, he's going to be able to go crazy with his graveyard.
So no, this is a fine position. Fine position to be in. Some swings, so we're going to see the Auroradon coming in, then the Savage Dragon, and then the super powered up Eldritch, the Golden Lord.
Yeah, that is actually a big chunk of damage, all things considered. Schattenspieler did manage to make a pretty reasonable board. And is this in fact game?
I can't do the. I'm not going to be able to do the math faster than these guys have figured out because I can't see all the total.
It is.
Yep, that.
By just 50 life points. Wow.
Clears the game, and then we're going to be going to game 2. Schattenspieler goes second, and even through the interactions his opponent had, is able to clean the game up.
Wow. That was a roller coaster because Schattenspieler went through a few things there where like I felt like he'd committed too much and didn't have very much, but then Auroradon just seems to like suddenly give you tons of advantage, and then he was able to make pretty reasonable board. He got his Golden Lord back, and that was it. He had enough damage in.
Super strong, very good card.
So, I mean, we were talking a bit earlier about refinement and that kind of stuff. Do you think that this Mecha Phantom Beast tech with Auroradon, do you think that this engine's going to be seen quite a lot now after seeing that it's proving pretty strong?
Yeah, I expect it probably to get pretty standardized. I mean, the invoked versions that were running around, they'll probably dry up even faster now with the Auroradon. Token Collector is probably likely to be picking up in play as a result of being able to interrupt Linkross and also the Auroradon, shut down the Auroradon plays.
Yeah.
But I like the Auroradon engine and the Olion are just so strong in any deck. So you can probably just take a look at it to what your current strategy is and just see if you fit it in. It's very flexible. So yeah, we're going to be jumping into the side decks now. Schattenspieler is going to be going second, isn't he, this game? So probably Cosmic Cyclones, DD Crows, Dalruler no more, evenly matched. It's got quite a lot of options for going second to play into a opponent's field. And then looking at Vulkanos. Vulkanos going second. Nibiru's, Phantazime, Token Collectors, most likely. Even Lancia. So yeah, we just let the guys shuffle up.
Is there any like really obvious side deck techs after seeing that first game that you think is going to be impactful here? Because now we know who's going first and second, it's a bit more meaningful than when we were talking about it at the start of the game.
Vulkanos is going to be going first. A lot of his side deck options are for going second, to be fair. Like Lancias, Nibiru, Fantastical Dragon Fantasime, Lightning Storm, Token Collector. So it's like his side deck is a little bit less useful. Less useful for going first. Less useful for going first. So they're great cards and they'll still be impactful for the matchup. But
yeah,
a lot of these cards I'd probably want to see if I was going second.
Okay. Well, Vulkanos, he has the start that he wants, seemingly, and Schattenspieler hasn't flipped out one of these effect veilers quite yet.
Yeah, it'll be a little while before he considers that.
Yeah, he just seemed to rush to it so quickly last time.
For the Gazelle, he gunned for the Gazelle.
Yeah.
So if he had it again, yeah, he probably would have considered it on the Gazelle. But then there's every chance he's holding Nibiru, and we remember that Vulkanos is playing 0 ways to deal with that.
Mm-hmm. Really, really 0. not even in the side deck.
He's just playing like it's not a card, and so far that's paid off for him.
Yeah, which is quite interesting. That's a very polite way of putting it. But yeah,
Great Sanctuary going to be coming down for the reincarnation link of another Sunlight Wolf. I'll let him just go ahead and set his counter trap.
I don't know if you've noticed, and it's kind of funny because we can't hear the audio. So even us here, we can't hear the audio of the players. But every single time, so Vulkanos is kind of going through his plays, kind of regular speed. But then as soon as Schattenspieler touches his cards, even though they're face down, Vulkanos just stops. He just stops moving. I don't know if you've noticed, but that happened a couple of times in those first few kind of combo pieces from Vulkanos. It was amazing. I don't know if anyone else noticed that, but yeah, it's spooky. It's spooky. Your opponent touches their hand and it's like, oh, has it got something?
Is that the Nibiru? We're going to see Transcode Talker coming down with Microcoder being used as a material, so that's going to allow a search.
Yeah. Once again to get the Signet
conflict. Yeah.
This card has really proven itself to me. Honestly,
when Microcoder is definitely being a good boy here.
Yeah, I must say when I saw Signet Conflict in the first game that we watched Vulkanos, I was a bit like, this seems a bit out of place. But now having seen him perform this very consistent combo, most of the games, to be able to get the Signet Conflict, I'm quite impressed with this. But we do see the rock.
Eventually it shows up, right?
Yeah.
So now you just gotta figure out how big the token is.
Yep. So we're gonna do some math. Always a big fan of math. So but yeah,
23 plus 18 plus 19, is it?
Yeah. So it's on 6K. I think. 59. Not 6K. Close enough. But
that's something I'm glad that you're not a pilot for. Close enough. If my pilot went close enough after landing a plane, I'd probably be a bit worried.
That's why I'm not a pilot. What can I say?
Yeah, that would mess me up if we were landing. He just goes, "Oh, you need to slow down." Ah, close enough.
Yeah, for sure. I think that requires a little bit more exactity than Yu-Gi-Oh! Life points, Matt. I think. Okay.
The Salamangreat player's turn basically ends, and we know 2 of the cards set are blanks in this position because that's Salamangreat Roar and also Silent Conflict.
Yeah.
So if the Rage is set, that is dead. Infinite Impermanence is a potential option, but
yeah, I was just going to ask you about that. So he could also be Cosmic Cyclone, but I doubt. Maybe.
Cosmic Cyclone is good against the Eldritch deck, right? So
yeah,
he could have one of those.
Yeah, but wait. Back to Impermanence. It's like Schattenspieler cannot play around 3 zones, right? He can't not put cards in those 3 zones.
It would be very awkward to play around those.
Yeah. So now I'm just thinking to myself,
that is Infinite Impermanence, yeah.
Yeah, so it is Impermanence, and I'm just wondering where.
Oh, they're trying to line it up.
Yeah.
Right, so they're going to agree on which zone is locked out on the opponent's field.
Yeah, so Schattenspieler's actually put something there, which isn't really legal.
Yeah, I think this is actually a really creative way of handling this situation. Yeah, under normal circumstances, the player would not be allowed to mark a zone like that, but the players both need to know which it is because their perspectives are flipped. The players aren't looking at the game in the same way. I think we've rotated one of the fields, right?
Yes, we have. So it's... Yeah, in fact, both of them are viewing each other's cameras upside down. So it's a bit strange. However, our judges are on top of this, and they are keeping track. Because...
Alright, so yeah, then now that everyone's agreed which zone it is, they've taken the marker off.
Yeah, exactly. As long as they've agreed.
Yeah, and Phantasme going to be the interaction of choice coming from Vulkanos.
Yeah, that's curious. That's very curious. So yeah, our judges are now keeping very strong track of it. Summon Ash Blossom. It's never.
Hold on. I've seen this movie before, and it didn't end well.
Oh dear.
Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom, the Hulk Firebrax.
Yeah. That's painful. Oh,
that is quite painful, actually.
I feel like that went from bad to worse. But again, I don't want to say this because Schattenspieler so many times has just been able to pull stuff out of seemingly nowhere. So, yeah.
Yeah, Schattenspieler, he's no stranger to getting into some hand trap scraps. So we'll see why.
Didn't he just put the Eldritch card in the zone that was Impermanence?
Yeah, he did. But you just have an Eldritch monster that sits in that zone. It doesn't really have an activated effect once it's in play, so it may prevent him from accidentally putting anything else in that zone.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's in that zone. Because his zones don't have names on. It's kind of tough to see. That's fine. So yeah, he's attacking.
Hulky Firebrax is actually going on the offensive.
Yeah.
And then we're going to see a cleanup, and then we're going to see a Golden Lord smack.
Mm-hmm.
This actually does give Vulkanos some room to maneuver, but he has only got 1 card in hand.
Yeah. And we know, well, I say we know, well, for sure we know one of those cards is Silent Conflict, we think.
And Roar.
Raw as well, yeah. So, unless there was some, like, serious next level plays, then, yeah, we know these back rows are not very useful right now. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and we're seeing Elixir of Black Awakening and also Elder Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine being used. Black Awakening, let me just take a quick look at which one that is. So Black Awakening has the effect of, drum roll please, special summon one zombie monster from your hand or deck in defense position, but if you control no Eldritch monsters, you can only special summon Eldritch monster with this effect. For the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters except for zombie monsters. You can banish this card from your graveyard, set one golden land spell trap from your deck. You can only use one Elixir Black Awakening effect per turn, only once per turn, and do not pass go, and do not collect $200.
But I wanted $200. I wish I had $200. That'd be nice.
You can't go to America and spend it.
That's true. I can't even go out to the bank.
The bank is closed, so having $200 right now is not helpful to you.
I guess so. But we see Vulkanos does have a Salamangreat, so he can go somewhere. Whether it's the road to nowhere, I don't know, but
so very strong. And Halkid Firebacks is going to be using its own effect to get banished, and then a Tuner Synchro monster will be summoned in its place.
Yep.
Form a Synchron, draw a card.
Yeah, it's just so good.
Halkid Firebacks is one of the most ridiculous Yu-Gi-Oh cards ever printed.
It's pretty good. It is pretty good.
In terms of raw card power level, it is one of the most. It's probably the. Is it the most powerful card ever printed? It's hard to say, right? Because it's very format subjective.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it depends.
Is it? No, it's not even format subjective. It's just an incredible Yu-Gi-Oh card, that's for sure.
Yeah. I don't think you can ever say that like a single card is ridiculous because of just the kind of the way that Yu-Gi-Oh is played. It's very, combo heavy. It's all about finding those cool combinations of cards.
Yeah. Alright, well, Great's being activated to bring back a card from the graveyard. And it's going to be Jaguar. And we're also seeing Gazelle coming up as well.
Yeah, so Vulkanos does have a little bit of recovery here. So, I mean, this is the first time we've had to see him recover from Nibiru because he's been having a free pass until now. But yeah, we're seeing him.
Yep, and then the Ash Blossom is going to be added back to his hand by Sunlit Wolf, and we are going to see Salamangreat Great Roar stopping the Sanguine.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, at this point, he's probably feeling, especially from last turn, where he was unable to play either of his back rows, just getting a chance to play those probably feels pretty good for him.
Pretty good position to be in. He's picking up some gas, and he's also picking up some stuff to interact with his opponent as well. Yeah, we are seeing the. We are going up to Transcode Talker.
Don't tell me we're going to see Access Code Talker once more.
Oh, I think it's looking that way, Luke. It's certainly looking that way, Luke.
Oh my! Oh my!
And it has an on-summon effect that activates, so you can't respond to it.
Oh dear.
Banish 1. Banish 2, banish 3.
Yep. Clean up on Isle Code Talker. Wow.
Hey, his deck doesn't fall to Nibiru apparently, as he's able to follow up when his opponent is unable to play into his opponent's interaction, the Phantasmate and the crippling Ash Blossom being played. Then Access Code Talker just spins the game around.
I'm once again. I can't believe it. I can't believe that once again Vulkanos just takes a game with access code talker.
Are you noticing a pattern that every game that he's picking up is access code talker?
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what? I'm gonna make a comparison here. Do you remember? I'm trying to remember which YCS it was now, but there was the YCS that Boral Sword got introduced. Every game.
Yeah, double attack.
Every game. It was all about. It is Boral Sword, right? I'm getting the right one. Every single game was Boral Sword Dragon finishing people off where they had no right to finish the games there. This feels the same.
Oh, I wouldn't say he was in no right position. He ended up getting really badly slapped down by Nibiru, but he had just enough interaction to stop his opponent, Schattenspieler, from being able to set up a comfortable field, and then he's just able to go access code talk, go, alright, I can just make some crazy double attack and finish you off.
I feel like he deserves to have the rock dropped on him a couple more times.
Well, Schattenspieler gets to go first this last game, playing a back row heavy deck, so we've seen the potential crazy field that he can make off of that. Yeah, I'm impressed that the Nibiru didn't just auto win that game. Vulkanos did a good job on hanging around and then just built a tiny bit of recovery, looks for that window, and he chucks the kitchen sink straight through it.
What I'm really impressed with is, so obviously this is the first time that we've really seen any kind of vulnerability from Vulkanos' deck when he got Nibiru there. It's curious that we both kind of agreed that the Salomon Great deck did have that fragility to it, but seemingly not. If he was able to claw his way out and still do his access code talker.
Only because Schattenspieler was he got stung and was unable to put enough up to that fill, and he was able to turn the tables. But Vulkanos, he did definitely create the situation to give him the best chance of winning, and then he just as soon as he had the opportunity to, he's like, right, we're going all in here. Because the longer this game drags out at this point, the worse position I'm going to be in, and I can just win the game right now. And so now we're going to be seeing Schattenspieler starting off with his Jet Synchron into Link Rebo, into the Cursed Eldland, into the Eldritch of the Golden Lord. Eldritch the Golden Lord. Jet Synchron coming back. Another Link Summon. Help with Firebacks.
Yep,
there's the Firebacks. And immediately you goes like, right, Ash Bottom, Ash Bottom, Ash Bottom, Ash Bottom.
It's not there.
He's not. Windmill slammed it down. And the Despot comes out.
Oh.
And the Nibiru is going to be reverse flipped onto
Is that the right point, do you think, to play Nibiru against this deck?
He could have gone a bit greedier with it if he wanted to. Schattenspieler has committed his normal summon to the Jet Synchron.
Yeah, so yeah. All Schattenspieler has to show for it at the moment is this Nibiru token. It isn't even that big, right? It's not big.
It's tiny. It's a Despot 1 and a Hulk with Firebacks.
Yeah, they're just 2,000. But 500 defense, so really not a lot. Yeah, but as we've seen, quite commonly, Schattenspieler is still able to get his Golden Lord out. Really, I mean, we talked about this quite a lot, about the Eldritch engine. I mean, I don't feel at all like this is a comparison to some of the previous engines. Now, having seen it over and over again, seems super consistent, super duper consistent.
Absolutely, I really rate this highly.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Let's see if Schattenspieler is able to play out of this Nibiru just like Vulkanos did. But he first has to sit and watch Vulkanos do some Salamangreat stuff.
Yeah, and the time is running out, and Schattenspieler has 800 life points.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, as long as Vulkanos can continue to combo off here, that's, you know, nothing stopping him. If he can just, you know, combo off, get a little bit of damage in just to make sure. Then, yeah, that's it for game 3.
I wonder if anybody else has like the Duel soundtrack playing in their head every time they summon. Like, worrying about the opponent's possible Nibiru. As you get close to the 5 summons, and then it just like comes out and snaps you.
Yeah.
It might just be me. It might just be me. You never know.
Honestly, I more have the final, not the final countdown. I have that as well, always. But I'm thinking of the countdown, you know, from the show Countdown. I have that in my head.
Okay.
Dum doo 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 dum dum da doo doo dum dum doo.
Good old Carol Vorderman. She doesn't do it anymore, does she?
No, I think it's someone else now, actually. But the lady who was in Dictionary Corner, she's the same. She's the same one. She's been doing it the whole time. I think. Maybe. Not sure. Answers on a postcard. So, we're seeing some code talkers again. I get a bit spooked every time we see some code talkers now, to be honest.
Yeah, Access Code Talker is a kind of being a bit of a Chad.
Yeah.
This weekend, he's coming in and he's taking everyone's girl.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I must say I'm not feeling too good for Schattenspieler here, Matt.
So, well, Schattenspieler, we don't know what those 2 cards in his hand are.
True. One of them's gone now. It's Ash Blossom.
Yeah, and for anybody wondering, I will get a new microphone if we continue to do these kinds of casts during this time. I appreciate Luke's working on a nice fancy headset. I'm currently not. I am talking through a webcam.
Don't worry, Matt. I'll help you. We can go shopping, and I'll get you a nice headset.
Yeah, that would be great.
I've gone through a lot of headsets, but I finally found one that I really like. But before I start spouting it off, I'm going to make sure I can try to get a sponsor from them first. You know.
Before you start advertising it, yeah.
Yeah, before I start advertising it.
Code Talker being Link summoned. It's Splash Magician.
It's happening again.
It's Splash Magician. We got slightly different this time.
I'm getting spooked out every time I see it.
1 card being spun around.
It's got to be an impressive one. What could it be? What can he do here?
Access Code Talker.
Yeah,
but he hasn't got the double attack for it this time, right?
I mean, it's still looking pretty good. Oh!
There we go. I have the Rock Boy. This time we're going to wait a little bit longer, let you go a little bit deeper for it, and then I'm going to catch you. I'm going to throw the rock at you.
Okay, we've got a game on our hands.
And is that a token Ghost Rare Black Rose Dragon?
Yeah, it is. Token Black Rose Dragon.
Huh. Yeah, and of course the Eldritch deck, very comfortable playing out of its, with a Cursed Eldland in play.
Yeah.
It's able to just grab another card. It's got the Eldritch in the graveyard, which is going to be able to get back.
Yeah.
That is a brutal rock. We saw him spinning it around,
Yeah.
and here it just shows up again and flattens again.
Yeah. It was just, he was spinning it around.
There you go.
Traveling through the universe, slowly but surely making its way to the planet of Vulkanos, and what can I say? All of those Salamangreats suddenly extinct.
Access Code Talker gets out-chatted by Nibiru.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm really, really annoyed with myself, because just before he slammed it down, I was just about to say to you, what would happen if he also had Nibiru, Matt? I was gonna say it, but I was like, no, surely not. He would have played it by now. But he waited for the last card.
My answer was, probably this like that. But you gotta consider, right? His opponent is playing no way to interact with Nibiru at all.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just seeing so many cards just suddenly flying out.
Yeah, obviously we don't know about time extensions, but Schattenspieler needs to get moving.
Token goes to attack mode, and yep, we're gonna then Konkiri. Sorry, that's not Konkiri. That's Conquistador. Clear up the monster. Rushing. Gotta get to the battle phase. Bang, bang, bang.
Yep.
And
I think that's it. Yeah, we got to the battle phase. He definitely attacked.
Yeah, that's a huge hit as well. 3,000, 2,500, 55. I can't remember how much the Conquistador is.
I don't think it matters, even without the, even without that. It's yeah, even without that, that's enough damage to get Vulkanos below 64.
Yeah, it's 500 attack actually.
Yeah, and that's it. Schattenspieler wins.
Yeah,
wow!
Schattenspieler takes down with a Nibiru that he just holds on to until the end of the night, and then he just like swoops in and cleans out Vulkanos.
Wow, that was such a back and forwards game all the way through.
Yeah, I've been very impressed with Vulkanos. I feel like he played his deck extremely well, considering it would have been my first choice coming into this tournament, but he has my respect. He played that very well. Yeah,
and even though he didn't win here and make his spot in the finals, I do think that Access Code Talker,
Talker has definitely proven its weight.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, I'm for the last time today going to say let's take a small break, but it's not going to be too long because I want to see this finals as soon as possible. So as soon as the players are ready, we'll be back. We'll see you guys very soon.